crypto. How's everybody doing out there? I hope you're doing well. So, what is going on out there? Markets looking pretty decent. Max pain has been reached. The title for the show tonight is, have altcoins bottomed out? Have we seen the bottom? We're here talking every week about the Titan-X ecosystem, touching on pulsechain ecosystem, and many times in the past we've been discussing and hoping that we've bottomed out. We did a real good deep dive last week. If you're looking back over the last year, kind of within the Titan-X ecosystem, and it has been down only pretty much for a whole year. However, during 2025, we did have two spikes in Titan-X, where I think we got up to maybe 2 to 3x a couple of times. And at those times, it showed that there could be a bit of life coming back into the ecosystem, how little energy, money, effort it takes to really ignite the system. Now, what's going on out there? Okay, I've said a few times lately that I am extremely happy to be positioned within Titan-X, where I am. It seems crazy to say that. It seems crazy to say that when you've had a chart that's gone down and an ecosystem that's had people leaving so much FUD for a whole year. So why do I feel bullish? How on earth am I feeling this way? We got off to a fantastic start in Titan-X, and then we had a little bit of a quiet time, and then the ethos was pushed, and the need for build on Titan-X protocols became very plain to see for the ecosystem, and there was a lot of builders jumped in. Now, we've seen 42 projects launch on Titan-X, and maybe half of those still get a lot of attention, still get work by the founders, and you could say the other half, the founders have disappeared, and that's a kind of good thing. It's a really good thing. So we've had founders leave, we've had lots and lots of community members leave, we've had a lot of extractors, pretenders kicking around the ecosystem, and this is one of the reasons that most bullish is that we've had all this hype. We've always seen the potential for Titan-X. When you look around Ethereum, what's out there, when you look even further out into crypto and other chains and things, what's out there, I think we've got something special here in the Titan-X ecosystem, and it's been cleansed. We've seen a lot of things come and go. We've seen a lot of problems. The people that are here at the minute have learned a lot of lessons, and we can move forward together better from the position we're in now than we ever could have before. It's almost like, I know it's funny to say about the charts bottoming out, but you ever see people talking about hitting rock bottom? Potentially in the Titan-X ecosystem, we've already hit rock bottom. We've had so much turbulence, so many things that have changed, that it's like right now, we're left with a core community and a core set of builders that do truly believe in building and continuing to build out the ecosystem. And when you look at what's going on in the wider crypto and where the markets are at the minute, the old 4-year cycle, extended cycle, new 5-year cycle, global liquidity coming, the debt cycle, when you look at all these narratives and things that people are pushing, and at this minute in time, that some of that stuff, we've got to talk about these things, but it's almost irrelevant. It's almost irrelevant if you're in the camp of the 4-year cycle. Potentially, we're going to bottom out pretty soon anyway. Mid of the year, you'll be bottoming out, and starting to creep up again. And if you're in the camp where that was and those bears have been loving that narrative for the last few months, but it's fucking irrelevant at the minute. And if you're in the camp of that the bull cycle is still coming, that liquidity is coming, that the debt cycle, the debt's all going to be getting refinanced, that all the others, the quantitative easing, all is coming. Again, that potentially puts us in a more bullish scenario in the year to come. So just laughing at the comments, sorry. Bringing this up. Check out staked liquid. This is liquid staked ETH on Pulse. DYOR. Fucking hell. I did see that ripped like a 5x last week. Interesting stuff. PP copies. Some P copies ripping. But anyway. You threw me off the train of thought now. Surely Fortress, you've threw me off the train of thought. What else have we got in the comment section? Sorry. What do you think it will take to bring in new founders and builders? We'll get to that. We'll get to that one as well. Slim, thank you for thanks for bringing that up. So look, we've had a real cleansing within the ecosystem. The pretenders are gone, the extractors are gone, the core people that are here now are working to the vision and hitting rock bottom. It almost looks like from here it can't get any worse. We can just start rebuilding, repatching, working together, fixing a lot of the cracks that there are within the ecosystem. They're easier to fix now than they ever have been, because of where we're at and the people that are left. Now, sorry, I was talking about where the wider market's at. The narrative and the sentiment in the last week or so seems to be shifting a little bit more bullish. The bears have been having a great time saying that Bitcoin's going to 75k. Ben Cohen was on giving pretty grim scenarios for Ethereum and Bitcoin, but at the same time, even those bearish scenarios he's talking about, they're only really in the first half of the year. 6 months is fucking nothing. I put a post out last week that this time, only 7 months ago, we had the likes of Mo still tuning into the Weekly Blaze every week. That's how short a time frame it is. So regardless of where you think the cycle is at, if we're already peaked out and coming down, the bottom and that down seems to be not too far away. Or if we're still on the way up, let's fucking go. That's pretty damn close to. So the downside at the minute, has everything bottomed out? I have no idea. I never say that I know what's going to happen, but it feels different this time than it has previously. And the sentiment is shifting. So whenever Ethereum starts to turn, obviously everything paired with Ethereum can get pulled up. We all know about bonded liquidity, but our ecosystem has got so much. There's so many good protocols and things that have been really, really, really well built that did not get great adoption, and things at the minute that are completely written off. Protocols within the Titanx ecosystem that are completely written off. That if ETH takes a 2x, if Titanx can push on more of that and do a 3, 4, 5x from there, many of the things that we have already got built, not even bearing in mind what's coming, many of the things that we have already got built will really kickstart back into life. And when you look at what else is out there in crypto, I have been here for 5 years now, and I have not seen anything like it. Okay. There's I don't know of any core coin that has had another 42 projects built on top of it. I don't know if that's out there anywhere. And the protocols that get built on top of it are full DeFi protocols, many decentralized, buy and burns, fully audited. There's been still no rug pulls here. We have analytics sites. We have everything in this ecosystem to attract in new people and bring more eyeballs when things start to get rolling. A massive, massive thing for the ecosystem for me has always been in those top coins in Ethereum. When you go to DEX Screener and you click to filter out just the Ethereum coins. And you can look down at what's trending. I like to put it on the 24-hour time frame, because it gives you a little bit of a better indication, in my opinion, of something that's not just on a daily hype phase, but it's the amount of TitanX coins that have been in there in the past. TitanX has been there regularly for a long time. DragonX has been there regularly for a long time. Ouroboros, we've seen it well up in there. We've seen Inferno in there before. We've seen Volt took over before. I think Volt might have actually got the number one at one stage, but we achieved that in the past, and everything in crypto has suffered in 2025, and it's my belief that we can achieve even better things as we go through into 2026. So I'll go back to this comment. What do you think it will take to bring in new founders and builders? That's a harder question. I think it's going to be easier to get in new community members. Slim, whenever things change, again, this is just my opinion. Whenever things change in the market, it's going to take Ethereum to really start pushing on before some real hype comes back. But if we've bottomed out in that, if we've already kind of bottomed out in our ecosystem, and it showed signs of that. We even seen whenever Ethereum was dropping recently, the TitanX wasn't even going down as much. So the signs are there that the sellers are finally fucking exhausted. So I think that we will start to attract more attention from just from being people seeing the likes of our coins on TitanX. The fact that we do have people like myself creating content continuously. So I think no matter what happens, this is regardless of anything, when things start to move, I think the ecosystem will buzz back to life in a heartbeat. Now, if people really start to pay attention, you look at the amount of attention we were able to get whenever we had a bit of a hype phase in August to October 2024. Streams with 5, 6, 7, 8,000 people viewing them. TitanX 20,000 holders. I think that can be quite easy to get back, because there's many things in the ecosystem that can create a lot of hype. Some of the things that are coming, I believe they will create hype as well. But when the buy and burns get fired on, or if they're not even needed, if they're not needed and we're starting to pump, I think that's going to attract a lot of attention anyway. Now, where do we go from there? I think whenever we get a next run, people will possibly pay a little bit more attention and take TitanX a little bit more seriously. Maybe people could look at it and go, well, look, everything pumped at one stage and went back down. It's the test of time. And when you do the next run up, maybe people are finally going to go, okay, there's something there. This ecosystem isn't dead. TitanX isn't dead. It's starting to go up again. And at that point, if more people start to come in and start to learn about how we operate, the ethos that we have, how we build, and learn more about, that could easily attract people in to want to build, new people in to want to build something within the ecosystem, because the landscape is ever changing. You come in at any stage, you look at what's being built, you look at what is here. Anybody coming in, learning, might instantly know a community or a way of thinking about something else that might have an idea that fits into the ecosystem beautifully. And anybody coming into the community, asking questions, I've got this idea, can I build? Or I'm a builder, I've got this idea, what do you think? The discourse will be open. We'll have a lovely, awesome, fun, welcoming community again, to attract these people in. We did a fantastic job before, and I think we'll do a fantastic job again. We're setting with the clear out, we're setting new standards. We are coming to, I feel it, and I see it in my dealings with people at the minute. The despair seems to be gone, and people are now starting to look forward as to, okay, what's coming next? What are we doing next? And it's the same for the builders that I'm talking about. Not saying they were in despair, but I think they're starting to really now look and go, okay, what can we do here? What can we build? and how can we add and take advantage here in 2026? All right, Utah, how's it going, brother?
Hey, Holly, how you doing, man?
Yeah, all good. I know. Are you feeling a bit of a sentiment change like I am, or am I fucking delirious?
No, I feel it. Yeah. Um, God, there's just too many bullish catalysts, dude. Many, too many bullish things. Um, I mean, the SEC chairs pro crypto, CFTC chairs pro crypto, president's pro crypto. I mean, everybody's in this administration that matters is fucking pro crypto. Like, how do we not get a fucking bull run here? Is what I'm thinking. And man, these midterms, I don't know if people, outside the United States understand, but these midterms are everything in the United States because what'll
Okay,
happen is
sorry, let me jump in there. Okay, so I've heard people. Okay, I've heard people say that usually the economy, or maybe it's just crypto, doesn't perform well in midterm years. Does that fall into what you're going to say, or are you going to say something the complete opposite?
I'm going to say something opposite. I'm going to say that, well, you can already see it. Trump wants to pump these markets. He's already come out and said it. They want to run the economy hot because they need to win these midterms. Because if they don't win these midterms, then the Democrats will take control of the House. And what that'll mean is a lot of stuff, all the Republican agenda, none of that shit will get passed. And not only that, they're going to start going after Trump again, try to impeach him, and all the shit that they've always done in the past. So they absolutely have to win these midterms for for them to have a productive next 2 years while he's still in office. And they're going to do whatever they have to do that. And right now, the the sentiment with the American people is low, right? People don't have a lot of money. Everybody's in debt. Interest is too high. Nobody can refinance their houses. Um, all of that stuff. They got to get money in people's pockets. So it's a big deal. So I would not underestimate that.
Okay, I'm just looking to see when is that? What is the actual time frame on that?
November 3rd is when they
November.
is when they're going to vote. So
Okay.
yeah, they
All
got to
right.
run.
So again, even that kind of ties in with a lot of a lot. Okay, putting that aside, maybe that's in a lot of people's theories and things, but even putting that aside, it kind of falls in line with a lot of what people are saying for when the markets start to turn, when things really might start to take off, which is end of, maybe we get a little bit of a pump in the next another month or so, and then we're going to have a cooling off, and then maybe by the summer things can really start to take off. Then I suppose that would lead into the hype, that midterm hype phase, big hype phase into that midterm if the markets are pumping, all these previous things over the next few months fall into place and it can all kick off. I hope so. I hope so. It'd be fucking nice to see a return for all our efforts.
Yeah, I mean, look how bad they want the rates cut. I mean, they're going after Jay Powell criminally, you know? And I
Yeah.
was like, why would they do that if he's going to be gone in May? Well, I don't think they want to wait. And then also, if they go out, so what happens is when he steps down as the Fed chair and somebody else comes in, he would still sit on the board. And they don't want him to be anywhere on that board anywhere because they already know that he's not in favor of cutting the rates. So if they go after him criminally and they can get him to resign or they get some kind of conviction or whatever else, then they remove him from the Fed completely. So he doesn't play any kind of role. So they're really going after him. And I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, they want to cut these fucking rates, man. And we want them to. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Absolutely. Let's fucking go, brother. Let's go. Tight necks, still the best community in crypto. I hope so, Sim. We've been trying to make it that way. We did. It was without doubt. Okay. Um, this is one of our biggest strengths in the run up, the build. Whenever everybody started jumping in, wanting to build protocols, wanting to burn tight necks, one of our biggest positives was the positivity and the community of unity, and everybody working together, everybody streaming together. There's a big divide in the ecosystem over the last year. Not too much. Everybody still chats to each other, but there's not a lot of building going on, not a lot of hype. I know many builders have got things in the pipeline. A lot of people, builders especially, realize that these things cost a lot of money. Let's not throw them out. Let's just continue to wait and see what the market does. But the way we all worked together before, the way when you did a stream, you'd have 4 or 5 other builders coming on, helping you, talking, everybody streaming together, community all rallying, in the comments section, having a great time. That was our, that was when everything else at that time looked shit. There was no other place you would want to be. I suppose that's simple and easy to say. Every community is probably like that when the candles are going hella massive green. But I think at the minute we can get something like that back. I'm chatting to people every day. And again, I think this is part of the sentiment shift. And we can lead the way with this. We can lead the way with this as an ecosystem. It feels a little bit similar as well. That over in pulsechain too. We have an opportunity here too, because we can be more cohesive because we're smaller. We can really band together better. But it kind of feels the same over there. A lot of bottoming out. Lots of the scammers and extractors can't scam and extract anymore. Nobody's falling for their bullshit anymore. And I think we can get that back in this ecosystem quite easily. What do you think, Utah?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a founder and I built a protocol, and even if I left Titan and went on to live my life and went back to work, whatever the hell I'm doing, I'm still keeping an eye on it here and there. And if I notice this protocol that I fucking built is ripping, you think I'm not going to show back up? They're going to show back up. They'll be here. It's all right. Everybody's going to come back. And then there's a whole wave of new people that are going to come, towards the end. Retail. We've had little tastes here and there, but we have none of this shit, dude. None of these tokens, this whole ecosystem has never seen a true alt season.
Yeah,
we have no idea what it's capable of.
Now, whenever I was talking about scammers and extractors, I definitely didn't mean within Titan-X. Interesting you say that, and I want to make that clarification. That was for over on pulsechain. There's a lot of fucking shit over there. Titan-X ecosystem is fucking clean as a whistle. I've said this a few times that you're still not saying about the founders within the ecosystem might see their coins pumping, will probably come back. I've said this a few times that I dealt with a lot of different people building. In fact, I spoke to everybody that built a protocol in Titan-X. I spoke to at one stage or another. Some I've worked with very, very closely. And my impressions of everybody that I dealt with was that they were not here to extract. I can see how people think disappearing means you're only here to cash grab. At the time, everybody was caught up in the hype. And yes, they wanted to build to make money. You only get your 8% back. Many people didn't even earn their 8%, their money back for the protocols they built by putting the by getting the 8% back. A lot of people building, yes, they wanted to make money, but they were not here to extract. They had a vision and a belief in the ecosystem, and they thought they were doing their part to add to it. And like I said, these protocols, many of these can come back very, very easily. So I hope we welcome some of these people back. I've seen loads of comments about, founders giving up, scammers. I'm proud that we've stuck it out, Utah, and stayed front and center and continued to build all this time. I'm proud that we've done that. But I don't think anybody really had intentions. Maybe there was a couple of one or two, a little bit shadier, a little bit, but I never came across anybody that just wanted to outright scam anybody. And I hope some of them, I hope some of them do come back.
Yeah, and this may be a controversial statement, but Jake didn't set a very good example for that. He's the leader of Titan X. And so, I know he has his reasons, and I'm sure there was a shakeout, and things needed to happen, and I'm sure he has his reason for why they happened, but didn't set a very good example for people sticking around and being out here front and center in front of their protocols. If the founder of Titan X can do it, then it kind of would probably make people think they have a license to do it,
Yeah, but then, all right, Slim saying there, it's just hard to understand all the time and money that founders have spent that they don't show up here and talk. Okay, many founders in the ecosystem, or many is not the right word. Some founders in the ecosystem were just regular guys in terms of the risk investors, people from the mastermind or people from other places in crypto that come in, saw an opportunity. They're entrepreneurs, business people, and the thought that there was an opportunity to jump in there. These things take so much time and effort. Okay, look at us out here streaming every week, putting out content every single day, working on partnerships, working on building, and our chart is down. We struggle to get new users in, and the chart's going down. We do all this. Yes, we're getting paid from Genesis, but there's a lot of effort goes in just to even getting people to come in and participate. If it's very, very difficult to get, okay, Dragon X had about something like $1,500 of volume on its chart yesterday. $5 million market cap coin, 1,500 of volume in a day. If a coin that size with 4,000 holders cannot and is not getting a lot of volume attention, these smaller coins in the ecosystem take so much work, effort, money to just attract attention, never mind get people to actually want to buy. So over time, that's why people, I suppose the word is, gave up. They had nothing left to give. There wasn't enough to come back to warrant the effort going out. So that's Slim. That's why people just left. We've said this many times. You can't fight the market. It's something that I've learned. So it's a lesson that's been just rammed down my throat. At times, you just can't fight the market. If the trend is down, there's not much you can do. You make a little bit relief pump here and there, and you make it some little bit of an anomaly where something good happens for a while. But when the trend is down, it's kind of fucking hard, very hard to fight it. And I know exactly why. People just said, "Well, fuck this, I'm out."
Yeah, in also, kind of on a side note, we could have a little more volatility coming up. We have Supreme Court talking about, their ruling on the tariffs, here in a couple days. But we did get some crypto legislation kind of put out, an original draft, the Clarity Act, but I'm sure that thing is going to go, that may take a little while because a lot of people, have different edits and that on it, but
again, a lot of that's Utah kind of does line up, all right. So we don't need to be going, yes, even if, all right, if we're bottomed out, maybe not, all right. But it's the amount of downside that we think still has to come if there is some. Take where we are now compared to where we could be in 6 months' time. I think just time in the market is the thing here. We're working towards just put the time horizon out a little bit, and if it is DCN in over the next 6 months, happy days. Not financial advice. Everybody's needs to play it their own way with whatever way they're comfortable. The problem is, and then yourself, it's just time in the market. What if one thing happens that or it doesn't get down to the levels you're thinking of? You wait, and all of a sudden there's in a week there's a 2x move, and you're just left behind again. Obviously, the opposite can happen. You buy, and you get a 2x down the way. But look, if your time horizons are long enough and your strategy is long enough, I think you'll be all right. Or very, very
Yeah, I would say the upside potential far outweighs the downside risk at this point. We've been down at these levels for a very long time. I don't know how many sellers are left in the Titan-X ecosystem, honestly. At least bottom sellers. I mean, we've been down here for a while, so yeah, I'm still DCing.
Okay. Yeah, you're saying you're mentioning about controversial topic, Jake. Not setting a good example for other founders. Okay, there's two things at play there in that comment. My opinion on this. I've always been on here saying, fucking hell, Jake, get back here, help us out. We're out here slogging away. The ecosystem's battling. Where are you? We fucking need you, maybe a little bit more. Never really said it in those desperation terms. But I always kind of thought, okay, this thing can't ignite really well until he comes back. Now, call it whatever you want. My thoughts on that. I've heard builders say before, whether he comes back or not, doesn't matter. It is what it is. We're building and the ecosystem is here. That I am hopping more into that camp of late and going, right, okay. Do I think he'll be back? I hope so. I certainly hope so. The ecosystem that he built, putting Titan-X in place, the way he can rally people together, the hype that he can create, that is awesome. But at the same time, what if he doesn't? What happens then? We just continue doing what we're doing. All the infrastructure is set there for us to use, build on, and market and do what we want with. And I think that is as good as anything that's out there in crypto. And we can continue, we can bring a lot of this stuff back with or without him. If he comes back, awesome. I cannot wait for that to happen. But hopping over into the other camp a little bit more lately and thinking, right, okay, it is what it is. It doesn't really matter if he does or doesn't. It'd be easier if he's here, but if not, we will carry on regardless.
Yeah, this isn't 100% depending on him returning. I believe he will, but yeah, I mean, there's always that chance that he doesn't. But I was just more referring to, what other builders and what they may see as acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, if he hadn't, if he was here, then he would maybe. Yeah, if he was here, maybe a lot of them wouldn't have left. But then it is that little cleansing out thing and fighting the market.
Yeah.
Jake could have wasted so much time and energy and effort like we are. I think somebody needed to be here week in, week out. Somebody had to do it. We took up that mantle. Somebody needed to do it. But I think for Jake's position, it probably would have been an absolute waste of time. Covering the same thing, talking about the same thing over and over again. So hopefully he comes back with something absolutely fucking amazing, and we all rally behind it again.
Yeah, bring that fucking X28 burner. Let's go.
Tom Paul Jake will arrive exactly when he needs to, like a wizard. Nice one. I like it. I like it, Don Polly. See my little Gandalf picture up in the corner here? Can you see it? Fucking love Lord of the Rings. Anyway, um, it matters because he controls the V1. Yeah, but he can fire the V1 and not show his face. That's an even better message. It's like, okay, I've created this, everything's there. You guys go and use it. Boop, 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 boop. Burn, 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 burn. We're like, sweet. That's a big catalyst that we need. But imagine, I don't know, the one thing that I've always think is that Jake created this. This was his idea. He created all this, and he can, easier than anybody else, come back and take this thing to the next level whenever the market is turning. With that firepower and the bam burn, with the way that he can talk, the amount of people that will instantly listen to what he's saying. Yeah, it would be a fucking epic time if stroke when that happens. Yeah, this is my wee home bar that I got finished off a couple of weeks ago. It's not actually completely finished off, but yeah, I like it in here. I really do like it. I've got some fucking awesome stuff in here. Cigar humidor here. And then I've got some epic old Nintendo shit. I collect some of this crap, old Nintendo stuff. A fucking unopened Game Boy Color. An unopened Pocket Game Boy from, I don't even know what year that's from. 1992 or something. But yeah, don't know if you like that kind of shit.
Well, when I started playing video games, we were playing Atari.
Yeah.
For Atari, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man. Look, I have all that old shit. I can't. I don't know. You can see this shit. Old NES, old Nintendo.
Oh shit!
Yeah, with what games have I got there? Fucking check this out, right? Woo! I don't know if you can see that. Fucking WrestleMania Challenge 1985.
Oh shit!
Andre the Giant, the big boss man.
Yeah, I think every person on there is dead now.
Epic times. And then look, in the machine, you flick it up in the machine. Fucking Duck Hunt stroke Super Mario Brothers. Hardcore.
Oh, Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, that's a classic, man.
Yep. I gotta show this motherfucker. Where is it? Oh, as well. This is the fucking old Nintendo Zapper. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
See when you're in here with a few drinks, man, whipping out this stuff, and it's a bit of crack.
Telling war stories to your children. Oh man, this used to be the shit.
Yeah, good times. All right, what have we got here? Who needs the V1 when we have tariffs? Let's go down. Exactly. Okay. Anything else you want to touch on? Ecosystem, where we're at, anything we've been discussing so far, Utah?
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, we're still here, still kicking. Somebody had to hold it down. So yeah, I still feel really good about Titan X and the ecosystem. I mean, just the liquidity is so thin too. When it goes, it's gonna go. And yeah, I'm still DCAing. I want to be here when it starts to move. I'm not trying to, gain a position when that happens. We saw what happened on day 280. When this thing goes, it goes. You ain't catching it. I'm just staying put and continuing to increase my positions the best I can.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned about you've been DCN. I did have nibbled a few coins of late as well. Obviously, as I'm participating in Blaze and Diamonds as founders. As founders over there, I think it's important to be participants. Obviously, we're working on the protocols, but I think it's important for me now to participate in those protocols as well. How you feeling about where we're at the minute, Blaze and Diamonds, Utah?
Oh man, fucking Diamonds is a beast. It's just the participation's low just because of the sentiment and everything else, but that fucking protocol is coded to rip. I've been starting miners big time. Like I love that protocol, and man, yeah, you're gonna want to have some of those tokens. The thing is, it takes you 100 days, so you know you can market buy or you can start miners now and have a few on hand. If that, I mean, because yeah, you're gonna have to wait 100 days to get them. So if you're waiting for it to start to move, you might be behind the curve.
Yeah, I think okay. Now, yes, we're talking about our own protocols here, but I do think there's opportunity to get in at this minute in time. That before anything starts moving, like you say, in diamonds, in diamonds. Okay, Blaze is at a great price at the minute, in my opinion. It's at a great price now to start to maybe start picking up some coins and start paying a little bit of attention as to what's going on in Blaze and Diamonds. We talk about it on here each week and some of the bullish factors, the more long term statistics. When you say long term, a few months, we can continue to nibble away at this Blaze supply, lock up as much as possible. There is a point where the scarcity of Blaze starts to really accelerate. And then whenever that happens, it makes it much easier for the Diamonds protocol to continue to do what it's doing in terms of taking over the Blaze staking protocol and reduce supply. I had this here. It's just looking at this today. Bitcoin back over 94K. It's just hovering around, but it is good to see it's kind of creeping back up to where it was a couple of weeks ago rather than starting to go back down again. Tight next up. So Diamonds has seen a little bit of volatility, which and like I like to see. You're just posting there. E33, BTC 95. All right, 33. Fuck, 3,300 on Ethereum. Must be starting to pump right now. Is it three?
Yeah. It just turned in the time that we've been on this stream.
Ooh, look at that. Okay, so wheat's up 3%, Titanx up 3%. See everything all of a sudden starting to go a little bit green. Nice, Utah, fucking nice one.
Let's go. And that's what's weird. It's like these markets, it kind of seems like you get to a point where the markets just say, we don't give a shit anymore. Like you got this tariff news coming out in 2 days and the market's just fucking pumping. Like sometimes I think it just gets to the point where the sellers are gone. Only the fucking bulls are here. The institutions have been loading up on all this fucking fear ever since that 1010 liquidation. And it kind of seems like we're at that point where the markets just don't give a fuck anymore. They're ready.
I know. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the sentiment. That's kind of, I suppose that's almost the way I feel now. It's like, all right, you fucking hit me with everything you've got. Absolutely everything you've got. Fuck you, let's go.
Let's fucking go.
All right, so just mentioned there. Okay, before we, nice to see a little bit of a turn in Ethereum back up over 3,300, but Diamonds has seen a little bit of volatility. Okay, I have a number of diamond miners. Okay, I don't want to share anybody's wallet. One of the awesome things I like to do is take a wallet that take one of the wallets of the other diamond miners and stick them into my Ravi as a watched wallet, and then you can literally go to the Diamonds DApp and view everything as if you are them. You can view all their mines and things, and you can do it in Titan X utils too. But but my day one diamonds miners are in profit. Now, the only reason my day ones aren't is because I was one of the first in mining diamonds when Blaze was up at 34 cents. So because it's taken a nosedive over the last, let's just have a look at it, over the last week or so, we're back down to just under 8 cent Blaze. You see here was the launch of this was the NFT launch for diamonds. This was the launch day of diamonds. 35 cents. We're all the way back down to 8 cents at the minute. Great entry point, and again, in my opinion, there's you see with the inflation on Blaze each day, what's coming out in the auction, it takes about $500-600 to snap up all the daily inflation. So I think this, as you're down at this level, it becomes quite easy to maintain it, even with very, very few participants and very few people paying attention. But apart from that, all my diamond miners except only two of them from day one are not in profit at the minute. They will be whenever they come full term. They will still be in profit at the minute. So I mean, diamonds has been holding up extremely well. I'm saying a lot of the miners a lot of the diamond mines that I've created are massively in profit. I can take profits today on many of them at the levels we're at this minute in time. So I mean, people really should start paying attention, because if anything starts to move, the burn, X28 price moves up. In fairness, if we have a quick look, X28's pumped harder today so far than Titan X. Oh, somebody's just sold, have they, a wee bit? No, X28. X28 up 11% in the daily, Titan X up 5% in the daily. We're creeping back closer to the peg again. No, still sitting around about 10% below the peg there. But yeah, now is a great opportunity to start really looking at what's happening in Blaze and Diamonds. Let's see. The volatility. So just looking, this caught me off there. When you look at the hub, diamonds up 52% in the day. So I'm saying about my miners being in profit. This is what happens. You can take profit. You can claim your miner early. So every miner is 100 days, lasts 100 days. Each day passes, you earn 1% of your 1% of your allocation. So I think we're maybe 50. What many days in are we at the minute? So I've got miners are going to be about 64%. We're on day 64. So a lot of those miners that I started day one will be 64% complete. So I can claim my diamonds, market sell them, go back to Titan X, go back to Ethereum, and from there then decide what I want to do with the profit. And that's what we've seen on the downside on diamonds price chart happening. We'll look at it quickly. We've seen downside on diamonds happening the last few days. People at this, when it was sitting around this 120 level, they were massively in profit at that stage. I mean, I had miners that were only maybe 20 days old that were already in 50% profit. To me, it's no surprise that people were starting to take that. And look, that's what's been happening here. And we've just seen a buy up today, yesterday. Just pumping that back up a little bit. So that's where the volatility on diamonds is coming from at the minute. And we are not using any buy and burn funds at the minute. None whatsoever. Stats. Not using any buy and burn, but we are crushing diamonds like crazy. And that is just mostly through the weekly auction. Anything you want to mention there, Utah?
Yeah, so with the miners, Your ROI is based on what price you started it at. So say those early miners, they cost more to start because the price was higher. So if you're, say, 30% in profit, one thing that you need to look at is, okay, what is the cost to start a new one today? Because that 30% may get you a hell of a lot more miners than you originally started with, if that makes sense. And so there's a compounding play there. You don't need to be 100% ROI to start compounding, and you can claim anytime. So if you're 30% on miners that cost a hell of a lot more to start than it does today, you might be able to start 2 for 1, you know, but you're gonna have to sacrifice a little more time waiting for them to mature. So
One
just
way,
some more game theory.
yeah, one way I've looked at it as well, Utah in the past, I've been able to do this a couple of times, is if you look at the amount that you're earning from that particular miner, okay, because this we're looking at where we're at right now, you know, 303, so a 4x over 100 days. This has been up really, really high. When this was up, I think this was up over 10x for quite a long time when the protocol kicked off. And at that stage, I was able to compound back in and create a miner that was going to catch up. And so, say I had a miner earning me 10 diamonds a day, and it was 20 days in. I was able to come back and earn one that was making me 30 diamonds a day. And it would catch up with the original one after something like, 15 days. Does that make sense? So that once you
Yeah.
hit the 15-day point, you're already doing better and getting a lot more diamonds every day than you would have been with your original miner.
Yep. It just depends on your time horizon also, and it kind of seems like, you know, we're just getting started as far as maybe the market's starting to reverse. So there's still time, I believe, to get going and to play some of these games to to get you some more tokens. Right now I'm focused on accumulating tokens.
Yeah, same. So 40, we've got 40K sitting in sitting 40K's worth of X28 sitting in the buy and add LP. This is buying $20 a day, just so it's not doing nothing. It is buying only $20 a day. But that's just not being fired up at all at the minute. The buy and burn has got 50,000. Again, these figures went up nicely today. So look, there's 90K in the buy and burns between the buy and burn and the buy and add to LP at this minute in time. Obviously, if the market turns, if it continues to pump a little bit, these figures will go up. Yeah, just stay tuned every week and we'll discuss as and when these things might get used. It's been fired up pretty hot a few times. Yeah, it's been fired up pretty hot a few times to start pumping that price and give the miners some choices to make. So exciting things to happen there. There's a lot of things coming up in the diamonds protocol at the minute. All right, the auction quickly. The auction has burned a shit ton of the diamond crusher. It's burned 10,000 diamonds. It's burned the crusher has burned 48% of the supply that's come out so far. Now, what's interesting is staking is starting to gain a little bit of life. I think it might be easier to look at this in Titan Utils, analytics, protocol analytics, diamonds, Staking has been a non-event so far because the first staking pools, the 88-day pool, has not really. You can come in on day 87 and stake and get your share of the 88-day pool. So why would anybody start staking at this minute in time when you can just simply hold on to your miners, earn more miners, and have more firepower to come into the 88-day pool? However, people are starting to wake up and go, okay, there's staking coming. I want to start start getting my position in the pools. So in day 88, what did I say we're on now? Day 64. So yeah, just over 3 weeks away. The first payout's going to start. The first payout for staking is going to happen. So there's 6 grand, nearly 7 grand worth of ETH at the current prices. Bear in mind that every miner adds to this. And there is 3.5 grand's worth of Blaze. Getting a nice share of this means you can come back in to compound miners quite easily if you're getting a flow of consistently moving forward, a flow of ETH and Blaze before each cycle, each kind of 100-day cycle begins. So that's one interesting thing happening there in the NFT. So holders of NFTs have been waiting to get a little bit of a payout, but in what are we on here? In 11 days' time, there's another 8 grand is going to get paid out to the holders of NFTs. That is the share, which is now up to 25% of the overall Blaze staking pool. 25% of that is owned by diamonds. Again, I can't see this figure do anything but go up and up and up. There's already 3,500 Blaze sitting here ready to be staked additionally into Blaze for these payouts. So that's coming as well. Yeah, there was something else I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. You, Tanning, you want to add there?
No, just 25% is fucking impressive in 64 days in probably the worst sentiment of market conditions we've had in the ecosystem. What's going to happen when we start getting some momentum and some green candles and some people start coming back in? Bye Blaze
Exactly.
supply.
So a little bullish factor in Blaze and Diamonds is okay. This is something to watch. So see all these blue spikes are bigger days where more people have come in to create miners. So you can see it has had periods here where it has been pretty quiet. See, the orange is the amount of Blaze coming out daily. And we want this to exceed each time we want this blue, which is the amount of Blaze coming in to mine, exceeding what's actually coming out in a day. But this can turn around like everything, like many things. This can turn around very, very quickly when you start to see a little bit of a turn in the price of X28. It may not seem up. This is the thing about getting this, and this is why I think there's an opportunity now to start to pick up a little bit of a position. Not financial advice. Do your listen to what was said here in previous weeks. Feel free to come into the Telegram and dig in and ask more questions. But it may not seem that attractive at the minute when you come in and look at the Blaze price, the Diamonds price, but and what's behind it in the buy and burns. But it's like everything. Whenever we start to get a little bit more of a turn up, when the value in those buy and burns goes up, all of a sudden there will be a point where people are going, holy shit, there's opportunity there. And at that stage, the people that have been nibbling now are going to be in a better position than the people that are rallying around afterwards. Okay. Anything else, Utah?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to actually cut it short here at an hour tonight. I'm absolutely exhausted. I was saying to you earlier, coming off these streams lately, absolutely fucking buzzing. It is a little bit more low key, low energy tonight. But I've been coming off these streams at midnight in Ireland and not being able to get to sleep for like 2 or 3 hours afterwards.
I know. I get fucking bullish too when we start talking about it, because you kind of take it's a refresher, a reminder of what we have going on here, and these protocols are good, man. And we got some good shit going on here. And when you're on here and you start looking at the data, you start saying, yeah, maybe I'm not fucking insane. Maybe this shit is gonna actually fucking run. And yeah, it gets exciting, man. I always enjoy these streams, hopping on with you, and you do such a good job. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, okay, so that's this week anyway. Next week we're going to have the normal weekly blaze on Tuesday, but next Thursday. That's not Thursday coming here. What date is that actually? I'm hoping we've already got a few names. Already got a few names down on the list. I'm hoping we can have probably the best panel for a show that we've seen since the glory days of the first anniversary. So we're lining that up for not this Thursday, but next. I haven't even told you about that yet.
All right. Hell yeah, get them.
Yeah, it's gonna be yep, a couple of bigger names people you haven't heard from in a while coming back on stream, talking about some really interesting stuff. The ecosystem is fucking firing up. It's firing up. We're getting ready for fucking 2026. Yes. All right, Utah. What do you want to say before I kick you out?
I feel like we're on the home stretch, man. Might take a little bit, but man, I feel like we turned the corner. Could be wrong, but it just feels like it. It just feels like it.
That's
So
it.
yeah.
This will be 5 years done, going into year 6. So time in the market, not timing the market, it never held truer for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what really starts happening with this ecosystem when sentiment starts to shift and things start to pop off. And yeah, it's going to be great, man. It's going to be great. We're going to have hundreds of fucking viewers on these streams. People forget, you know what I mean? We had a little taste of it before, but man, it's like people just forget what it's like because we've been brutalized for a while now, but it'll all come back bigger and stronger.
Although actually, even in that Ben Cohen stream, I know you don't like listening to him. He's a fucking boring bastard, but he is. He's quite often right. He was even saying that if Ethereum is going to make a move at the early part of the year, it has a chance, but it needs to make its move in the next month. So, fingers crossed. If we can blast past 33 here, up to 35, and start ticking towards 4K, we will see. I do want to mention one thing before we start closing off about how easy it is to get this ecosystem going again. There's such small liquidity in some, and it's insane. I'll not pull. I don't want to start pulling the charts back up because I really do want us to get off tonight. This is what happens. You go on talking about something else, but if we look at, let me find something here quickly. Let's see. And take a couple of examples. Awesome X, 3.5K liquidity, 18K market cap. You may think it's dead. I don't think it is. Element 280. Yes, there's different pools, but the Titan X pool, 6.3K liquidity, 69K market cap. Don't want to fuck that coin. You can't see him. Look at that. That's the Infernal Blaze pool. Holy shit. Baby Dragon X has got 75K liquidity and only 150K market cap. That's insane. Inferno, it's 5.6K liquidity. What else? Ascend. I want to say that one as well. Ascend. Let me see where that go. Ascend. 2.8K liquidity. Now, why am I mentioning all this? Okay, obviously it's very, very easy to move these tokens. They move up insanely well whenever the coin they're bonded with moves anyway. But regardless of that, it just honestly 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people deciding to ape a few $100s into some of these things absolutely rips them. Why are people not doing it now? People don't do it now because as soon as anything does pump, anybody will looking for exit, looking to get out, gets an opportunity and will literally take their losses now if they can get out. But we saw it once before. An example of how easy it is for things to turn around. I want to use Awesome X as that example. A lot of people, have written off Awesome X. And that's again just one example. Written off Awesome X. Dave is still working on projects for the Titan X ecosystem. I don't know where he's at, but he did have protocols well along the line of being built. Many of us have protocols that are half built, 3/4 built, and stopped and not finished off. Many of these things could be brought to market quite easily. But there was a time not that long ago when Awesome X did I'm going to say a 6x in a day. A 6x in a day. And when I'm going to fucking bring my screen back up. I'm going to bring my screen back up. Fuck it. I need to cover this. I need to say this stuff. Where was that? Here. Okay. So April last year seems like a long time ago. But at this stage, there was a little bit of rumblings. If you go back and look at the Titan X chart as well, it was probably around the time where it did there was a 3x, 2 to 3x in Titan X. I think it was around April and then again around August, something like that. Here and here, but this put Awesome X, which had not been in Awesome X is like Inferno with a mint cycle every week, but this thing mints forever, but has never been in profit to mint since about week 3. Week 3, it launched at the very top of Titan X, 14th of October. It had 2 weeks of. It enjoyed 2 weeks when Titan X was going up. Then after that, it was not in profit to mint it, and every holders just sold it or wrote it down with the ecosystem. But this pump brought the thing back to the point where it was something like from being like minus. And you go to let's have a quick look at ROI, auction, mining. I wonder, is it in mining? You don't mine it, you mint it, but I wonder does it fall in there? Mining configuration. Helios, Hyper, Titan X. Nope. Maybe it's not on here. You don't auction it either. I just want to see if it's there. Shogun, Diamonds, Ascend, Fleur, Phoenix. No, I wonder how Awesome X has slipped under the radar here. Anyway, regardless, 6x had pumped in one day, just one day. Not a bull run, not an altcoin season, not a good market. Just one day, somebody decided, or a few people said, I'm going to buy some of this. And at that point, once it gets, any of these things get back, if we just look at that example, look at everything. Blaze, that's putting $100 into the auction. Blaze, it's already at negative. It's already in a negative. That's good for us, believe it or not. Shogun, Diamonds, don't count that because that's a weekly thing and it's just paid out today. Ascendant down 99%. Flare, Phoenix. Now these are just a couple of examples of you looking at. Okay, Ascendant 2.6k liquidity. If that thing pops at probably 5 to 10x. It's probably going to be, there's probably a way to get this thing showing a bit of life. But Awesome X is the perfect example of something in the ecosystem that could come back to life very, very easily whenever things start to turn around. Because at the minute, all these things have such thin liquidity. Sorry, you told it. Did I make my point there, did I?
Yep, and there's many others that are just like that. It takes nothing to pump this entire ecosystem.
Yep.
It's going to get everybody's attention, and they'll just start piling in. And I just wanted to say, I just had a thought. Did Steve TradFi kick off alt season when he changed his name? When he changed his name from Steve DeFi to Steve TradFi.
He did too. Stevie,
And
Steve.
he changed it back to something different now, but
Steve Alpha. Steve Alpha.
yeah, and he's out there shilling Tesla stock. Was that it? Was that it? Was that the turning point that kicked off the entire altcoin season?
Steve-O. Stevie DeFi 7. Steve DeFi 7 changed this part of his name to Steve TradFi a couple of days ago. That's Steve Alpha. Love it. You that's it. Hopefully, imagine that. Steve made a post as well. I'm not hoping that he's wrong, but at the same time, I'm hoping he's wrong. He put a post out that Ethereum will be flat the rest of the year. Hopefully, that call gets annihilated, Steve. Hopefully.
Yeah, his own token that Vault is going to outperform everything in his fucking stock portfolio without him. Watch, he doesn't have to do anything. Just the liquidity bonding. Vault's going to come out and it's going to fucking beat everything in his stock portfolio. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. The power of crypto.
However, Steve has a nice long view, long time frame on his investments. So again, not financial advice here. Everybody play their own game their own way. If you listen to us, I hope we all win together. All right, Utah. See you later.
All right, have a good one.
See ya. Okay, covered a fair bit of stuff there tonight. I am bullish AF. And we've got some interesting stuff coming for our own projects over the course of the next year. Many builders have got a lot of other interesting stuff coming for their protocols, and some really cool new stuff coming in the next few months. And any turn in this cryptoverse will translate very, very well through into the TypeNext ecosystem. So hope you're still here, still fighting, still participating. And our time is coming, 2026. Hopefully altcoins have bottomed. If not, the downside does not seem to be anywhere near where it has before. As Utah said, the upside potential versus the downside risk at this minute in time seems a worthy play, much more so than it has done at any stage over the last few years, for me anyway. So, let's all win together, 2026. Let's fucking kill it. And we'll be streaming next Tuesday night, and then we'll have a really massive, awesome stream coming for the whole ecosystem on next Tuesday or next Thursday. So, looking forward to that one. Take it easy, everybody. Hopefully Ethereum pumps all the way up to $4,000 in the next few days. We'll all be having a great weekend this weekend.
Down in the crypto holler, there's a gem called Diamond Bright. 4 ways to join the fun, each one standing on its own right. Pick 1, 2, 3, or all, no strings to tie 'em tight. Check the white paper for details, it'll set you straight tonight. Oh, diamonds, shiny diamonds, independent as can be. Mix 'em up or pick a favorite, rewards for you and me. Diamonds, shiny diamonds, easy ways to win the game. Yeehaw, grab you, holler out the diamond's name. On 10, 20, 225, store opens wide. Buy diamond certificates, we're here to hold them with pride. Earn these rewards every 28 days, steady as the tide. Long as you keep them NFTs, the goodies keep on coming inside. Oh, diamonds, shiny diamonds, independent as can be. Mix them up or pick your favorite, rewards for you and me. Diamonds, shiny diamonds, easy ways to win the game. Yeehaw, grab you, holler out the